GM, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Weekly Recap. My name is Josh Gordon, I'm your host, and we are going to talk about NFTs, Web3, and crypto events that happened this week. It's a wild week as always in crypto, so let's break it down for you. I'm always excited to talk through these things, whether it's a bull market, a bear market, Unstoppable Domains, and myself. We're going to be here to break the news to you and talk about what's going on in Web3. With that, let's jump into story number one. So the first story of the week has to do with some criminal activity, and we see the US charged OpenSea ex-employee in the first NFT insider trading case. Now this situation happened months ago, probably like 6 to 7 months ago. OpenSea fired one of their head product managers, Nate Chastian, for insider trading. Basically, he had info on which projects were going to be featured on the OpenSea main page, and he was accused of secretly buying 45 NFTs on 11 different occasions, and based on confidential information that the tokens or those tokens by the creators were going to be featured on the homepage. And so he was buying these NFTs prior to that homepage posting and then selling them shortly after for 2, 3, 4, 5 times gains. Now, this case also involves wire fraud and money laundering, so there's a couple things going on here, but it's really interesting because NFTs might be new, but this type of criminal activity and scheme are not. And this is a statement from the US Attorney Damian Williams in Manhattan. And he said in a statement, "Today's charges demonstrate the commitment of this office to stamping out insider trading, whether it occurs on the stock market or the blockchain." So, this is really showing us that the US government wants to make sure that consumers are protected. And they may be making an example out of Nate in this case. But ultimately, I think that for the industry at large, we want to see insider traders be prosecuted and held accountable. We want to make sure that marketplaces are holding their employees and their practices to a degree of trust, that traders can know that when we are going onto these platforms, no one has insider information before the retail trader, because that's a big issue that we saw with traditional finance. The retail trader can get harmed because the institutional investor or insiders can take advantage of information they know first. So seeing this take place, I never want to see anyone do something that can cause others harm. I never want to see anyone potentially face, judicial sentencing. But in this case, it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out regulations in the industry. So at the end of the day, Nate's lawyer said that he is not guilty, and we'll see how it plays out. Right now, Nate is facing 40 plus years in prison based on the current sentences and charges against him. So we'll be watching this one closely and see how it shakes out. Story number two. Let's talk about Gemini. Gemini is one of the leading crypto exchanges, started by the Winklevoss twins, who were involved in that infamous Facebook case and the Social Network movie. So now the Winklevoss-Led Gemini, they cut 10% of their staff. They had some layoffs go down, and they cited turbulent crypto markets. Now, the cryptocurrency exchange Gemini said that these market conditions are likely to persist for some time. So Gemini is forecasting this downturn to not be something that's short-lived. They're thinking it's going to take some months. Now, they said the crypto industry is currently in a contraction phase that's settling into a period of stasis, also known as crypto winter. Now, according to their comments, that this has been further compounded by the macroeconomic and geopolitical turmoil. So citing things going on in Europe between Russia and Ukraine, the macroeconomic conditions of rising interest rates. And so they said, we're not alone. They're not the only company facing some of these financial and economic hardships, and they're making moves to really be defensive in this moment. Now, I feel like when I start talking about major crypto exchanges laying off workers and lawsuits coming against crypto and NFT employees or ex-employees, I don't want to sound super bearish or like I'm raising all the red flags. This is straight up just the news. Now, I'm kind of surprised to see these layoffs happen because exchanges make most of their money when the market is turbulent. So during times of high price action, that happens when price goes up and when price goes down because they make their money off trading fees. So people trade a lot when price goes up and people trade a lot when price goes down. But it seems like they're really expecting things to trading activity to lower as the price probably is going to range for a while now or slowly grind down. Sometimes we don't always see these wild ups and downs. We see really slow bands of movement between, we've seen Bitcoin range between like 29,000 and 31,000 for like weeks now. Last month, Coinbase announced that they're going to slow their hiring. They didn't announce layoffs, but they said that they had originally planned on hiring another 1,000 employees. They're slowing that and reassessing their headcount needs. And we've even seen Fidelity Digital Assets. They've come out and said that they're doubling their headcount this year to meet the growing demand for crypto trading from institutional investors. And that was according to a recent report. So Fidelity's increasing headcount, Coinbase is slowing their headcount growth, and Gemini is cutting headcount through 10% layoffs. So we'll continue to monitor this across the industry at large, but I'm happy to announce Unstoppable Domains, we're not slowing headcount growth, we're actually hiring for many positions. So really it's company to company dependent and not just a macro crypto layoff we're seeing. With our third story, let's talk about something a little bit on the lighter note and kind of fun. Chipotle announced they're adding crypto payments via Flexa. So you can now buy your Chipotle burrito with crypto. Some are calling that taco tokens. Now there's 3,000 Chipotle restaurants across the US that will be accepting 98 different cryptocurrencies. And Flexa is supporting all those payments. So Flexa powered payments they're simple. You can do it through the Flexa enabled app. You just have to tap Chipotle and then can choose to spend your digital currency at any of these restaurants with a simple scan. They're also available nationwide. So, there's 2,975 plus different Chipotles. This is available at all of them. And lastly, something I thought was pretty interesting is that this is a carbon negative move. So Flexa balances the carbon emissions of all the blockchain interactions they have and with verified carbon offsets to maintain a completely carbon negative network. So when you're paying with crypto, you can also be guaranteed that they are making carbon offsets elsewhere. So this is an interesting move, and I actually found out during my research for this that Chipotle's been an innovator in other areas. They were the first brand on TikTok and are one of the highest engaged with food brands on that platform. So Chipotle is experimenting with their social media presence. They're experimenting with new crypto payments and forms of payment for food. So super stoked to see this, and I don't know, I might have to buy some Chipotle with crypto sometime soon just to try it out. You can do it with stable coins as well, so you don't have to give away your hard-earned Bitcoin or Ethereum. Let's talk about some Unstoppable Domains news. We had a major announcement this week, and we are adding an exciting new feature to your Unstoppable Domains profile called Badges. Now with Badges, you can showcase a few of your favorite Web3 wallet achievements, such as what NFT projects you're involved in, how many domains you've collected, or crypto tokens you hold. And this is all able to be shared directly on your ud.me profile. So I really look at this as NFT domains make your wallet address human readable. Your OX12345 Ethereum wallet can now be josh.nft. And badges make your on-chain transactions human readable. So we all know that your transactions live on the blockchain, it's publicly accessible and viewable, but actually being able to parse through that transaction history and make sense of it is super complicated. And so one of our goals with these badges is to bring this information up a level, to showcase that you are a Mutant Ape Yacht Club holder, you are an early adopter of Ethereum, you hold X amount of unstoppable domains. Maybe you hold 500 domains and you're a whale. We'll showcase that as a badge on your profile. So right now we have 25 different badges based on popular on-chain projects and community suggestions, but over time we'll be adding more and more NFT projects, in-app behavior and usage, smart chain contract creation, blockchain activity. We'll even be adding tiers to your badges so that you can really showcase different contributions throughout the community, and more. So I love this move. I'm super stoked to see how people start displaying these, and over time, even how we open source this badge creation process to let other dApps create badges so that the community can grow and your on-chain transactions can really be brought to light, and gives you a little bit of digital reputation that you can carry with you with your NFT domain identity. As a second unstoppable news, I want to quickly highlight a partner announcement we made this week with Litewallet, the official wallet of the Litecoin Foundation. It now supports all unstoppable NFT domains, which is super dope. So all domain endings for whether it's on Ethereum or Polygon from Unstoppable can now be used in the Litewallet app, and you can use that to send and receive Litecoin seamlessly. So Litecoin was originally created as a Bitcoin fork in 2011 to be faster and cheaper in terms of fees, and is really more optimal for crypto transactions and payments. So now the Litecoin Foundation is the team behind Litecoin, and if you're interested in learning more about it or contributing to their project, you can go to litecoin.net. But right now, just super stoked to say that they're a partner with UD, and yet your unstoppable NFT domain works on that wallet. So love to see another integration. With our community member of the week, let's give a big shout out to Mike Feb NFT. So MikeFeb.nft was on our Twitter space with the UD fam this week and shared his story about being an NFT creator in this space, and even makes NFTs with his daughter. So he is a Web3 artist and has an art style called face melters. Now, before being a Web3 artist, he was involved in supply chain management and had worked with everything from agriculture and cannabis. So now he's made his way over to Web3 and is really making some cool work that even has a mental health component to it. So Mike, thank you so much for joining the UD Fam Spotlight Twitter space and sharing your story and inspiring others. We'll be watching out for what you're making next. And with that, go check out Mike's work and check him out on Twitter. For the NFT project of the week, I want to give a big shout out to Juju Gallery. So this is a collection of crystal NFTs that unlock a lifetime 15% discount at a real life, ethically sourced, high quality crystal store. Now, this is super cool because it's an NFT collection that unlocks real world rewards for holding a digital NFT. And I think it's just an interesting blend of utility and physical and digital sales. The person behind this was also part of our Unstoppable Domains UD Fam Spotlight Twitter space, Juju Mama. And so she shared her story, and I really wanted to shine some light on her dope crystal NFT project. So check it out. Check out the Twitter for the project. And if you're looking to buy crystals, if you want to bring some good energy and karma to your household, I definitely recommend copping one of these NFTs and get a discount before you buy yours. So shout out to you, Juju Mama, and the Juju Gallery. That's it for this week's Crypto Weekly Recap. I appreciate you listening. I want to shout out a couple things. The Unstoppable Podcast. If you're interested in crypto, Web3, NFTs, and you want to hear from creators, investors, and entrepreneurs on a weekly basis, check out the Unstoppable Podcast. It plays on Spotify and Apple Pods, and I drop an interview every single week with someone who is an expert in the space, and we dive deep on all these topics and more. So listen to the Unstoppable Pod if you haven't yet. And I also want to say, if you've enjoyed these videos, please drop a subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more Web3 curious and native people, and just helps us grow in general. So we're going to keep putting out content for you to stay up to date on the NFT and crypto markets and what's going on from a business, from a tech perspective, from a policy perspective. So drop a subscribe and you will not miss out on the content we're making. I appreciate that so much. With that, I'm going to go back to working on my research that I got to do for an upcoming podcast episode so that we can keep you informed and entertained. With that said, I'm out.